There we go. There we go. Now we can hear me. All right. I said a bunch of things. I apologize for that. Oh, okay. There's my echo. All right. Sorry about that. I was talking to myself there for a second. It's been a while. I mean, I haven't streamed probably since mid-April, so what I was saying when I was talking to myself was that I'm not really looking at the ranges here per se from yesterday because of the short bank holiday. So I'm kind of more looking at the range from Friday. We have a ATR of 600. So we're green light to trade over 50%. I'm kind of just seeing what this opening candle wants to do. I'll probably go long here at the -2s. I'll probably put an order here, but I just kind of wanted to give yesterday just a second just to sort itself out and see what's going on. The same here. This is going to be a long for me, somewhere in this zone here on the ES. If we look at it over here on the Rankos, pretty much I'm primarily these days, guys, just trading off of the 30-minute chart and then using this for confluence. This looks pretty good. Nothing really looking at gold right now. And then here's crude right inside the range. This would definitely be a short up here by the trend for me. But right now, just looking mostly at the Dow and the ES. I'm going to get right in here.
Order submitted.
Let's see what happens. Maybe don't be a dick for a tick here. We'll just say. It is a little bit early. But if you're going to go in here, you got to be willing to take drawdown all the way down to here, which I am willing to do. This is going to be another long for me down here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
But looks like I might have missed this one, we'll say. I don't love being in both the Dow and the ES at the same exact time. So we'll see how that looks because we all sit down here at the -2s there, but have a little bit more to get to this lows. This is kind of where I'd feel a little bit more comfortable getting in long on the ES.
Order filled.
And we're in. Oh, darn it. I'm in my sim account.
Order
Let's
filled.
jump in. I didn't see anything copy, and I was like, oh, I was teaching on my sim account yesterday. I forgot to switch it over to my leader, but we're good now. Targets, I really like this volume target up here, but we'll see how the day starts. If we need to, I like just getting a little bit of green. So we might just take this off here at the trend. We'll see. Just get ourselves a little bit of green on the day and get moving. But I mean, true target is definitely up here, but we see this, we have these stacked lows here. So what I might do right here is where I want to take off, I might just take a stop, like a buy stop and see what happens. But I'm going to give it a little bit room to run here. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'll just set a sell stop because we do have these swing highs and it's early. I want to get green. So I'll take the $20. Done. So I take the $18-20 after commissions, $15, $16 or so across the accounts, and we'll be good to go. Like I said, nice little start, nice little scalp to start the day. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set an order and I'm going to get right back in if it comes back down.
Order submitted.
Now we definitely get these situations where it does continue all the way to target. If this wasn't the first trade of the day, if it wasn't the first trading day of the week, I might let this run definitely all the way to here. If we continue to pump through, what I'm probably going to end up we're probably going to wait and see what happens at this volume right here on the 30-minute. And then from there, maybe enter again now at the the -1s if it comes back down to there. But also don't necessarily need to be in a trade. How much did I give up on that? I took it off at 53 and we ended up coming all the way up there for another 40 points, so another $20. So difference between a $15 trade and a $35 trade. Like I said, first one of the day. Okie dokie with that. Other areas of interest here. So my first short is probably going to be up here at prior POC. looking at 2 days ago, we had prior POC here, which aligns perfectly with what I want that long to be. But this is going to be probably my first short of the day. If we see, I don't even know where that aligns on the rank goes. I don't really care that much. It is up here, probably around the +2. So this up here is going to be a short for me. I can just pepper the book there.
Order
And then this would be a second short for me up here.
Order submitted.
And that's kind of how I'm just going to set the Dow to play right now. Same up here on the ES. We have prior POC. That's going to be my first short. Second short. Don't like to be in the Dow and the ES at the same exact time. So probably if I was in one, I wouldn't be in the other. Gold is something that I'm kind of just learning. I'm kind of watching. Don't necessarily want to trade it unless it was something I saw. We came and we did fill that gap into yesterday. So something that I would be interested in possibly would be a short up here. I'm not going to place that because I am primarily a Dow ES trader, but still looking to see what can happen up there. And then crude, same. I'm more comfortable trading crude than gold. We have longs down here at prior POC, so I could probably look to take that. Being conservative with crude, probably low of day is going to be my first long down here. So if I was having a good day, it would look something like this.
Order submitted.
But just early in the day, I'll probably just take some risk off by taking this off. And then what I could do is I can come up here and I can do a sell up there at that trend line.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Go down. Go down. We come back down here and start hitting this EMA, this -1 again. Because we have a little bit of a green buffer already, I'll be a little bit more comfortable, especially knowing that we have adds below. It gets really, really hard for me to add at the ones when we don't have any other adds below that I could say, all right, I'm in early. So I have to be able to get myself out if need be. Let me actually fix this a little bit. It looks like you can't see. Oh, there we go. So give me a moment, because you can't really see the prices, can you? Oh, I guess you can see them over here. That's fine. We'll do that. Yeah, that looks fine. Also on the Bookmap, you see we have a couple magnets up here. I can bring that up quick. Oops. Not you. You can go back down here. You. So I use this, the Bookmap primarily just for exits, not necessarily entries. We can see these magnets up here at the 5870s. Nothing really below right now, so definitely looks like it wants to climb. We usually get generated to get pulled towards that on the Bookmap. Said with the mean reversion, I haven't really used Bookmap a ton, but it's definitely just an added confluence because I've been looking at it for so long, really years, that now I kind of see all right, we have that big band down below, probably going to come down and try and touch that, test that liquidity and see what happens. But then it's even brighter up top and a ton more up top. So if you're interested in that, there's always links and stuff.
Order submitted.
Let's play ball again. If we can get in. Oh, did we miss it right off the -1s? Let's see. It's been so hard going from scalping to this and not just entering and actually setting limit orders and then just waiting and being like, all right, I want to get in.
Order filled.
So we're back in here. Now I can actually let this thing breathe
Order submitted.
because I have a little bit of profit on the table. I have some ads. I definitely don't need to rush. If we come back up and, like I said, same as down here, we start creating a little bit of resistance, then I can think about taking it off. My next ad still down here is going to be at the -2s. And like I said, because I am in a trade now, I don't like to be in both of these. So generally what I'll do is I'll just go back and I'll look and I'll just make sure that I don't have anything else going on. I don't want to have to worry about hedges and things like that. It's just easier if I don't do that. Right now, I am just a one-trick kind of pony. One-trick kind of pony guy. Now we wait. If you're curious what I'm trading 3 Lucid accounts. These are evals, so 25.5. About halfway through these evals, they don't give me codes. They don't, so nothing to click. Bulenox, I do have codes for them. They're my Rithmic account, and I've really liked working with them. They do have a pretty high activation fee and a pretty big buffer as well, but just their reputation stuff. I like kind of the quiet people that nobody knows about that have been around for a year, and then just my live that I can just hold trades overnight. Kind of like my leader account in Discord and stuff. That's what you're going to see. If there's questions, please leave them in the chat. Good morning to Cube Gift. Said a good morning. There we go. Go down. Go down. Same as I did before. I'm not willing. I don't really want to give back anything. So I might put a stop on here. We'll see. The amount of times I take off there and then it comes back and does what I want it to do, kind of, and then I'm all mad that I took it off. But this might be one of those scenarios where it pulls all the way back. Who knows? Still profitable, $10 on the trade with 1 micro. Thinking about where I would have been at. What was it, up like $20 or so? If I didn't have these 2 ads down here, this might be a situation where you could even possibly go in again with the high volume. But the reason I didn't take it off is we see this little gap. Once we broke through here, right, I don't necessarily want to take off because we need to fill volume. And I was looking at this volume here and saying, okay, maybe we're going to come up and test that. But it looks like it just wanted to come right back down. Nice little doji forming here with about 15 minutes left on this candle. Hey, good morning, Reggie. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Just learning this. Been trading this range trader and the Rankos since mid-January or so, and recently just switched primarily to entering off of the 30-minute chart. And last week was, frankly, I think one of my best weeks ever. Let me see if I can. We'll bring it up here quick. I think I did have literally my best trading week ever, and also to trade like journaling and all of this stuff, guys, super important. I use TradeZella, and it's been just nice to go back and see data and also see your win. Like, yeah, this was the best week I've ever had. This is just the live account, no evals or anything like that. So I had a $400 week last week, and we can see I've had this was a blow up day. I've also now set all of my accounts to auto liquidate because obviously I don't have that patience. I had a $400 loss that day, and then I had another 400 like the following week. That was bad, but yeah, this week, really, I would say midweek here, maybe around the 13th, I switched primarily over to the range trader, and like that's a big deal. Just not entering too early, but also being able to just accept losses when they come. And yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I know. Usually I'm in the pro trade room with Rod, but I have off from work this week, so I kind of want to put my skills to the test and do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live, right? Isn't that what he says? Um, so I'm off from work today and tomorrow. So I'm going to trade live today and tomorrow, and then I go back to work. And then maybe I'll do a couple days. I love being in the trade room, so maybe I'll live stream like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I'll be in with Rod, or kind of switch it, go into the trade room on Wednesday or Tuesday, Thursday, and then trade. We'll see. But I definitely don't want to bail on the room because I've learned so much, even with how he can be in there sometimes, with the tough love. And it's been definitely beneficial for me. Right on, Dan. Awesome. Easy to remember. My brother's Dan. That's easy. So let me ask you, Dan, would you have come out here at 86, 860? Would you have done it? Because like I said, time like this now, you're like, oh man, look at all that profit I had at the table. But here's another reason why I haven't been taking trades early, which was a huge problem for me in the first couple months. If I took the trade here and then it did exactly what it did, I'm re-entering, right? So yes, I could have grabbed a little bit of profit, definitely, and then re-entered here. But even whether I took it off here or not, I'm still in the same position, +1 down here in this range. That's why I've kind of allowed it to go up. So if it goes up there again, now is a situation where you might see this, just because that's a bigger swing high now. But I used to really get beat up about seeing it go up and then watching it just go all the way back down just as quick. I'm not really worried about that anymore. Like I said, because I'd be in the same position anyway. Granted, I would have captured a bunch of this profit, but that's what we did on that first $18 trade of the day. Like, just got green, got things moving, boom, good to go. Now we can just watch and kind of enjoy and drink my too many cups of coffee for the day. So I got funded. I got sim funded in all 5 Lucid accounts that I originally had when I made the video, and I passed them. And then I had the one big blow up day, which was fine because I think I was in profit, and it was that second one. And then like a house of cards, and I blew 2 Bulenox accounts. I blew 5 Goat funded futures funded accounts, and I blew 5 Lucid accounts all in that week. It was a tough week, but it was a very, very big learning opportunity for me to fail in that way. So another thing I realized is like, I shouldn't just be buying up 5 of these, 5 of these, 5 of these, 5 of these, which is why I just went back and I got 3, and I'll add 2 if I get back. So never was eligible for a payout. I'm a big guy that like, if you have money for payout, take it. I just read horror stories over and over again about I had money, then they sent me to live, and then they liquidated all my profits and this, that. Like, I don't need to get to max payout. For Lucid on a 25K account, I think you need $1,000 so you could take half. Like, I'm taking that $500. When I get to those $500 days and 1,000, I'm taking the money. Like, I don't need to like push it. Maybe on the last payout of the cycle, maybe I might go for it, but I don't see any reason to like leave money in there with them. As far as like the blow up days, there's been a day or two. No, there hasn't actually been a day. Maybe one day where like I had to get auto liquidated, and yeah, I just found myself being like, I can lose 225 today. And then it's like going, and I'm like, maybe 230. 250 is fine. All right, it's going to come back now, 300. And then it just kept going and going, right? And I'm sure that's the psychology, the mindset a lot of people say. And the one time that I did get auto liquidated, I was pissed because I think we were kind of like in the same place we're trading now. And I had another ad that I would have wanted to take at the -2s. So when it auto liquidated me, I was like pissed. I was like, see, like, fuck, I should have stayed in, blah, blah, blah. And then it continued to dump that day, and I would have lost way more than I wanted to. And that was a confirmation to me, like, yeah, when you get auto liquidated, if you have max loss settings, you're going to be mad in the moment, but it's probably for the best. And then I went in and I did it for everything. I just made, and the other thing, like I used to have my live account be my leader account, and I don't have max drawdown on there. So that's why I made one of my prop accounts my leader account. So when it closes, it also closes my live account, and then I could just move on with my day. What do I say? Gherkin 6920. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Looks like we're going to get in again. I'm going to move this down. Yeah, like it's definitely, it's tough to see this and now be down $40. Yeah, it's not great, you know, but that's just the thing that's going to happen. The market's always going to do something after you make a decision, right? I could have easily just taken this off and then boom, we go all the way to the plus ones. Yeah, that would have stung with a little bit of money in my pocket, but it is what it is. That's trading. You really have to trust what you want to do. And my target there was VWAP, and that's what my target is. Simple as that. Yeah, I think you can set up risk parameters. I pretty much only use Tradeovate prop at this point. But really, if you're copy trading, all you need is the one account. Like in Bulenox, I don't have that auto liquidation, but because I have the auto, like I'm not going to get out of the trade auto liquidated from one of my other prop accounts and then be like, oh, I'm going to jump back in. Like it's enough to get shook and be like, all right, I'm out. You rip the Band-Aid off. We're good to go. Let's get the heck out of here. So all you really need is one of those Tradeovate props. Yeah. And you got to do it. And you got to do it. You know, another thing that I'm really working on, which we might happen to see here, is getting out of trades before max loss. So like early on when I was trading this style, I was thinking to myself, it was really just like DRB or bust, right? I was staying in, like I wasn't taking smaller losses or being impatient with my losses. It was either I was getting in a trade and I was going to be profitable, or I was going to blow up that day. So now being able to say like, okay, if this trade is against me $150, I got to get out, you know? And that's all situational based. It depends on what our ads are. But if we get to a situation now where I add here at -2, my old mindset was like, oh, well, we have this ad down here at the EMA. I'll hold all the way to here. That doesn't need to happen right now necessarily. If we get down and it's like right down here, and I'm at $150, okay, maybe I'll take one more ad. But when we have these big gaps down to next ads, I'm getting much better at closing at -100, closing it at -150, and then jumping back in when we need to and chipping away that way, as opposed to just watching it go down to -200 and then being like, technically I have to have a $200 day now to get out of this mess. That's also been a very, very nice change, but that change has also come from, like I said, looking at the range trader primarily. Just looking on the Bookmap, seeing all that liquidity down below, I have a feeling, you know, we're definitely going to come down and get filled. It's also nice when you have things under control. One thing Rod does say a lot is like, you want it to come down and fill you. There's a lot of times where I definitely want it to come down and fill me and I want to get in. Yeah, this is about as stress-free as it comes. I mean, if once you have everything dialed in and like you have the books peppered like this and you can kind of just sit and hang out, it's so stressful. Like, of course, there's days I get pissed off and there's days I'm like, oh, that didn't go my way. Or like watching that go all the way up and now it hit what would have been my target now. Yeah. But it's funny. I have a 6-year-old son and he's really into baseball right now. And when we first started, he would strike out and he'd get so upset. Like even like the first couple of times he struck out, he got so upset. And I said to him like, dude, did you think you were going to go through your entire baseball career and never strike out? And, you know, he's 6. He's like, I know, it just sucks. And I'm like, it does suck, but it's going to happen. And then I had this like epiphany, like, oh, take your own advice, Brad. Do you think you were going to get through your entire trading career and never have a red day or never have a trade go quote unquote unlucky against you? Like, Yeah, it sucks, but you just take it off the chin and you just move forward, you know? See, the ES is up. Like the ES to follow. What's gold doing? Gold down. Like this down here, gold from Fridays might be an ad there. Go crude. Crude's going. So that's kind of this move from crude has been obviously inversely hitting the stock indices. So this might be a situation where I'm going to keep an eye on this over here. I'll keep this rank open on the right, but up here at this trend line, definitely would probably think about going possibly short crude. It also depends on how much hot water we're in when we get down. If I'm definitely not going to put myself in a position to be long to here and then start messing around with crude. That's just not something I can risk. I just don't have the skills to do that just quite yet. You can just see anybody that's new to the style, like just moved it again. This is where like I don't have fixed stops and I don't have fixed entries and exits. Same thing you saw me doing even with this, right? This order when we were up here started here and then we came up, but now that things have changed, like right now this targeting VWAP, this needs to be my target now, which aligns right with where it is, which it hurts so bad not to be like, I should have took it off. But nope. Can't worry or think about that just yet. We're just going to hope that we come down here, get filled, and then we can take one off at -1, and then we can hold for VWAP again. That's what we're going to be doing. That's the plan. We can see if it happens or not. I also know some people like to have like a max loss on the day, and they take their previous profits and they'll adjust. I'm going to do that. So I'm up 18. So my max loss on the day is right. I'd have to go down from that, but it's really the total P&L of the day is what I use for my max loss. But yeah, no, this is so much less stressful than when I was trying to scalp the NQ. And in hindsight, I know that I really had no idea what the fuck I was doing. There's also looking like a potential something we could VPOC shift down here, which I would like. I would like that a lot, actually. But look at that. Look at that Bookmap. Like there's no, I can't see a scenario in which we don't come down and try and touch some of this. Right. Not an entry, just a target, but this is going to come into play down here right in the middle, 651. Like unless these start to come off the books. Yeah, those have been there for a while. Like I have a feeling we're going to see that 651. Which would be right. Oh, look at that. 651 happens to be right at the -2s. See how that works out. That's crazy. Let's get out of this. Go back to that sim. Am I still on the sim? Oh, that's where we got in on the sim account? That's crazy. Go down. What else you got? Give me something else to talk about. We tried Spotify in April, and then it kept getting commercials. And I'm not wealthy. Well, it's not that I'm not wealthy. I'm an Apple Music user. So like I can't have a Spotify account and an Apple account. Just plug it in my computer. So, yeah, I could only do one or the other. Maybe one day when this channel gets monetized or something like that and it's making $10 a month, I will get a Spotify account just for this. It's Apple Music doesn't have like a really good lo-fi. They don't have a good playlist that is royalty free. Where Spotify, you can see so many Spotify royalty playlists that's what all the streamers use. That's what I used to use. But then I went a family account. We switched, my brothers and I, whatever. I prefer Spotify over Apple. The whole like music quality being better, being an Apple user, like when I hop on Spotify for a minute, I can definitely tell, especially when I have like my noise canceling headphones on, like when I have good headphones on, I'm like, okay. But it's not that big of a deal. So I wouldn't mind having both. I'll probably maybe have like a business Spotify, especially in the summer. If I'm going to stream all day, I definitely don't want to sit here in silence. Oh, now the Bookmap has liquidity that's like go down. Go down. See, so I can move my target now using the 30-minute. Once again, we have this big volume node here just before VWAP. I mean, that's probably my realistic target, especially sitting here with a little bit of emotional capital through this trade. But definitely like this candle so far. Definitely like it. And back to the entries and exits things too, because these are just things I'm thinking about. Like, as much as you can say, oh, I should have came out here and then it went against me, there's other times where it's like, oh, maybe I should have entered here or I should have entered at this swing low, and then it's just gone against me. That's where like using the 30-minute to enter and then just using this for a little bit of confluence and things like that. Like, yes, if I would have stayed on here, then I would have been in here. But the amount of times that it just continued to go against me, I am trying to stay within the standard deviations. That's still something I want to do. So it's not that I'm completely blowing off the Rankos. It's more that this is just going to be after I'm in. So I used to be deviations first, VWAP bands first, and then kind of like look at the 30-minute. But now it's all like the book is peppered on the 30-minute, and then we can adjust that here and there for whatever we're doing once we're already in the trade. Go down. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm not even that opposed to 3. But I kind of like said, looking forward, looking ahead and seeing another ad here, I wanted to be able to be in for 3 down here, or even frankly Fridays, right? I wanted to be able to be in there. So that's kind of like why I didn't get a 1.5. I'm very for 1.5s, especially too. I'll use 1.5s if like here, this was a good take for me because of the EMA and that swing high. So like I'll use the 1.5s as more of like maybe an enter if the EMA is kind of lining up there, or in a situation like this where I can get in here and now I can get myself in and have 2 and then have this one be 3, which like I said, let's just do that here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
So here's a situation where I can get myself in for 2, and then that third can be down here at the -2s. So I'm not terribly, but this would be something that I'll definitely take off a little bit earlier. So now what we can do is I can kind of sit this here, and then we can look at the range trader and say, okay, I can now look to target even all the way up here at the -1s. So that could be a second
Order
one if I really
submitted.
wanted it to be. So by having the 2 on, I can kind of get some off. And then sometimes I'll go back and I'll say, okay, here's where we're in. I at least want that one to be profitable. So there we are, we're profitable. And then I'll be back in for one that I can let as, I guess, like as a runner. Yeah, the Dow lets you take a ton of heat as well as just trading micros. Your micros allow you to be wrong, and they allow you to get in early. and something that Rod talks about as well is like, you know, getting in ranges and not like setting entries to the tick and being able to say, okay, I might be wrong. I might be a little early. We're going to do some things and we're going to set ourselves up where we can get in a little bit early, but also take some off, get out, better our position, things like that. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. Doing a good job as we add a second and then it starts to dump on us again. But we're also seeing these measured moves here. So like I said, I'm ready for a pullback down to there. I don't necessarily want to go all the way down there, but I mean, we'll be down probably close to $100 if we get to that ad. And that gets, this is like the situational stuff that I'm trying to really learn and dial in, is taking off that loss early. Like, should I be adhering to that like half of my max loss for the day on one trade? Or if I'm getting close and I have a really, really good ad down there at -2, is that a situation where I'm going to be letting that sit even though I'm down? Am I going to want to enter when I'm down 150? Or is this a situation right now where I might gracefully exit that first one, and just be in for one? Like maybe take a little bit of a loss, a graceful exit here at maybe a half, right? And then I could take this as a full and then only give myself the risk of one contract in the possibility that we come all the way back down here at that range. Those are the really, really the things that I'm trying to learn and figure out. Yeah, I know a lot of people with the Rankos don't like that EMA on there. I like it. There's been times it does get me out of trades maybe a little too early, like going back here. Right, this EMA with this right here was really the reason. It was like these swing highs and the EMA. I probably would have got out anyway, if I'm being honest with myself, because of these 3 swing highs, even if there wasn't the EMA here. But there's been times where like it comes up, it gets to a half, it hits the EMA, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take that off. So maybe sometimes it gets me out of trades too early, but there's been times where it's also saved me before, or at least allowed me to lock in a little bit of profits. Like I was definitely more confident going in on this second contract, knowing that the EMA was right there with it. If that EMA wasn't right there with it, I probably wouldn't have been as eager to hop in there again. But also seeing this big volume down here, Bookmap still wants to go down though. Still wants to come down into here. Also wants to come up here, but it definitely wants to come down here a little bit more, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely. And being in for 2 here, like this is definitely a situation where I'm not going to be able to get in here and hold all the way down to trend. So that's going to be something that we might have to manage if we continue to pull all the way back down here on this candle. Is crude still going? Yeah. From a consumer, I love to see this. Would love to see this back in the 80s and the 70s. Gold pulling back. ES still looking strong for some reason. That's weird. I don't even have the NQ on my charts. Bad idea for me. That's like tempting me with a fine whiskey. I definitely don't need that in the room. Yeah, Bookmap. Holy Toledo. Let's get those orders off the books. That'd be dope. Nothing better, though, than being long the position and being able to say, go down. Or being short and being able to say, suck it down. That is always nice. But we get in for this third. Definitely going to have to do some damage control all the way down to 5,500. Down there, that trend. When's the last time we were down around the trend? We probably haven't been down on the trend for a bit. When was this? Yeah. Just touched it. What do you want to do, Dow? I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely lagging a little bit, which, as you know, could be a good thing or a bad thing. But it's definitely like, I would like to see some strength in gold as well. Like seeing the ES go. What's the NQ doing? Yeah, NQ's up a little bit too. Watching them go is nice. We'll see. Guess people are selling off Cat Tractor. Yeah, especially too a crude still pulling back a little bit. I'd love to see crude back at POC. That would be good news for us. But yeah, the ES pretty much just barcoding along. Maybe we could look at some options on my phone. Trade some options today. That's what's up. That's where I feel in my happy place, trading options. Dude, Tesla's at 428. Come on, bro. Seriously? The Q's at 720. This is bananas. As somebody that's been watching the markets for 7 years every single day, it's comical to see what's going on here. Tesla just making monthly swings, $100 share price. Nvidia's on drugs as usual. Google doesn't know what it wants to do. Solid green just across the books. It's nuts. Love it. I want a huge pull off and sell off. I would love that. So we can buy stuff. Definitely have some buy and hold stuff. Yeah, I don't love this. Come on. Either the Dow will catch up or it's leading the way. Time will tell. Time will tell. I will also say that having the max loss set, like you don't have to worry about that whole like, all right, Brad, gotta be strong. if we get to max loss on the trade, we gotta close. Like, nope, I don't even need to think of that. It'll be done for me. I definitely cannot recommend enough going into trade of 8 and setting a max loss on the day. I know some people like to just attach their orders to the lines and indicators. I found sometimes that screws with my copier, so I just move them manually. It's been very, very rare, but the only issues I've ever had was when I like attached orders to lines. Oh, see, there's crude going, recovering. That's what just happened. Gold, pretty doji. ES still going. Go ES. See, it's where you can't hedge. I'd love to go short here on the ES in case the Dow is leading the way, but I'm not risking the whole like, oh, you were long this and short that. It's the bullshit of props, I guess. But it's crazy how different these two charts can look. I mean, not crazy. They're very different, but it's what I meant was how different they look in that some props still call these like correlated assets. They're not. They're definitely not. Bookmap saying we're going lower, boys and girls. We are going lower. That's what that Bookmap says. It says we are coming down into 610. It says we are going to see 610. 610 is right here below the -2s. Love to see how we close this candle out. Closing green would be all right. That would be nice. Go down. You don't want to be down there all day, Dow. You want to be green ass. Let's go. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for this to be the POC shift somewhere in here, like 700. It doesn't mean a whole ton of things, but just show a little bit more distribution. Got a lot of these high nodes. Go back to yesterday. Everything was right there, pretty arrow yesterday. Friday was just dud. This is one of those times where you don't want the EMA on the Rankos to come into play. Hey, let's disregard that EMA. That doesn't exist. Let's just come up and at least get to our entry. Go, yes. Crude down. Let's go. Come on. These are all the things we like. Let's go. Gold recovering. Come on. Everything. Let's go. Let's go back up. Let's go up. There is a small part of me that wanted to take one off there just to de-risk myself. So once again, so I could play all the way down to the EMA, but we'll see. I at least maybe probably looking left, I might want to get into here, take a loss from here to here just to get out, maybe right around my entry, my average right now. We'll see. We're getting these like little bit kind of measured moves. We got one here, 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 here. Hoping we don't get another one. If we do, that's going to come down and get us in for a third lot. Right? No business. We shouldn't. We're going to come down to 620 unless these get pulled. I would not be surprised to see 620 at all, which would pretty much be our next enter. Down 115 on this trade, 100 on the day because we did get a quick $18 scalp to start the day. Where was that? That was here. This is just the first little scalp of the day, and then re-entered here, and that's been the journey that we're taking on a 1. And here's our second entry here. And then this -2 would be a third entry. Now, if I'm in for 3, I'm definitely just looking to get any sort of little bit of recovery and then take them off. I don't want to be sitting in 3 lots for very long. Just using 3 lots just to average myself out. Yeah, like crude coming all the way down to value area low would be dope. Gold up to POC would be sick. This up to yesterday's highs. Dope. Let's do it. And then just any sort of green candle. Any sort of green candle would be good. Would love that. We love green candles. We love green candles. Here in the Northeast, we had the worst weather ever. I think literally ever. I think they said it was one of the worst Memorial Day weathers in a while. And then today woke up and we're back and it's 75 degrees and sunny. And then I'm like, oh, I'm off from work, but I gotta do all the stuff I was supposed to do outside. Weeding and mow the lawn. My kids want me to open the pool. I don't want to open the pool. I feel like we get that one like stretch of 85 degrees here and everyone's like, oh, the pool, open the pool, open the pool. And then it's like fake shower and it's really not summer yet. Then if you let it go too long, then it gets all, gosh, being a homeowner is crazy. Don't own a pool. Definitely don't own a pool. Three minutes left on the candle. When will we see the bottom? Will there be a bottom today? Man, that $30 a while ago was looking good. All right, look at this. Man, we almost look like a genius if this would have went all the way to view up. It would have been a genius. There also does get to a point where this ad will get so close to this ad that I might take it off, but we're definitely not there yet. But if I'm holding this for a while longer, See, like if I had entered at -2s and I was holding on and we were at -120 below the -2s, that's when I'm definitely going to be taking a contract off. The only reason I'm not out of this yet is because I have 2 valid ads that I want to add. So that's the reason why I'm not out yet. Is crude going? Oh, it's like recovering a little bit, but nothing crazy. How you guys doing? You got a trade? Anybody in trade? Hop in that chat. Even if you're watching on the phone, click chat. Say what's up. Tell me what you're trading. There's 7 of you in here. 7. Do I have the smallest futures live stream ever? 7? Probably. That's all right. I remember my main channel, the one that got me that. I remember trading those days and having like 7 to 10 people. And then just like that, it goes up to thousands and you're like, damn. Yeah, 7's dope. It's not me by myself. Yeah, with more eyeballs comes more criticism, right? Maybe tomorrow we'll hit 10. We'll hit 10. Oh, no, 8. That's a record. No one leaves till we get to 10. We need 10 solid concurrent viewers. We need 10 people. You got to see how this trade ends. Does this end in disaster? Does it end in debauchery? How the heck can we pull ourselves out of this one and be green on the day? We are currently in for 2 micros. Guys, I'm going to be taking one off at the swing high most likely. A little bit of graceful exit to give me some room to get back down and enter in at the -2s again and not feel as much risk, especially as we now are approaching that another ad. So if we push up into here, there's a good chance I'll take one off at a loss. I said kind of just average down my position and be able to add down at the -2s with a little bit more confidence. Unfortunately, the measured moves to the upside are much smaller. Like this pretty much is the measured move to the upside. So I just would like to get a little bit more. I'm not really ready to take off just yet. That'd be a pretty big L from here. This is where that first entry was, up here at pretty much 800. So if we can push up into 700, I'll take the $50 loss most likely. And then be able to come back down here and feel a lot more confident adding. It's not that I'm not confident. I'm just, who likes heat, right? I don't necessarily want to take any more heat than I necessarily need to. It's definitely not cool that we pushed up off of that candle and then came right back down. And it's definitely not the coolest thing that we still have all of this down here at 590. Look at all this. All this wants to get eaten up. I'll keep that 590 so you can see it. Are we going for 3? Are we getting in a 3 lot? Stay red crude. Stay green gold. Oh, we got 9. One more, and we will reach an all-time high on the Brad Finn Futures live stream channel. the 9 of you want to know, how is this debacle going to end? Is it going to end with me slamming my fist on the ground and spitting at my camera in anger and disgust in the trading world? Or will it do what we want it to do? We're going to find out. I don't know if we're going to find out in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. We have to take a pee break. Oh, no. I didn't mean it. Come back. Some people heard me say that. They're like, wait, this guy's excited about 10 people watching. I'm out of here. He sucks at trading. What, you didn't want to see the car crash? You didn't want to see the car crash? No. We ain't quit. This is looking like, though, it's going to be a DRB or bust kind of day, especially with that ad down there at the trend. I would like to get a little bit of a pullback. I mean, a little bit of a recovery just so I can get one off. But this slow melt, it's been tough to watch so far. I mean, of course it's going to go up. It's just a matter of when is it going to go up. When? Like, didn't the Dow hear that crude is coming back in? And that gold is just dojing this whole entire candle over the last 5 minutes? Oh, don't do that to me, yes? Soon. Thank you. Soon it's going to happen. The unfortunate thing about going up is the more it goes down, the further we got to go up to get to break even. Going to play the whole range today. Melty. Just look at that volume profile. There's just like nowhere. Everything is just like, oh, we're buying at all the prices. We're selling at all the prices. All the way down. Doesn't really much matter. Oh, go down. That was soon. Keep it going. Keep it going. Go down. Hey, do you know something we don't know? You said soon and then it did it. All right, guys. I am going to gracefully exit if it comes back down here. That'll be a graceful exit for me. Right at the EMA. I'm not going to quit, but I definitely want to de-risk a little bit. Go down.
Order filled.
All right, so we're out on the one. That's a realized profit of $42 we lost on that first one. So, but I definitely feel a lot better. So that loss is from here. You can see this green one right here. That's where I got in initially. So now I could take off the second target for now because we're in for one and we're going to target VWAP. But now I feel a lot more comfortable getting back in. Now I can start to look maybe at these swing lows and things like that, but down 42 on the day. All right. Well, what are they telling you now? Is it still going to go? Are we going to VWAP? Are we going to VWAP? That's what I need to know. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. We broke above it once. It looked like it wanted to go, which is why I added here. And it didn't. But yeah, we've just been chopping around that EMA all day. But I did say, like, even when we were here, I said I wanted to take one off here, and that's why I just continue to do so, even though we came up to it later. But geez, right back down, right back down. Everything's getting sold off. Every little push, sellers just being like, nah, we good. We good. Go back down. Take that. But this actually is also a good, like, mental learning opportunity for me, possibly for you, but for me, being down here before and being down 150 on the day, as opposed to taking a little bit of a loss and now being down 100, it gives me $50 of wiggle room by accepting this loss on that first entry, saying, hey, I was just wrong here. So instead of praying that it's going to get back to break even, then I could take one off, this, that, and the other thing, right? Like, I don't want to be in a position to pray for it to do anything. This is an opportunity for me just to take a loss. And then if it comes back down, which it's doing right now, I don't have to take that $50 more of heat, you know? So that's just confirmation of why sometimes it's worth it just to take one off, right? Just take one off. Be really, really impatient with losers. But man, that took no time at all. Lots of wicks to the upside. Wicks like to get run, don't they? Wicks like to get run. Like, this is kind of what we were looking at ending Friday. It's just a matter of when these wicks are getting run now. Go up, down. I'm getting DMs right now. Go down. Go down. Please suck it crude all the way down. Also being in for one, like, in a good spot, I could look to short, but like I said, I don't fit on the middle. Really, the first short on gold for me is pretty much high of range from yesterday. Longs could be down here. So I will be looking now at gold now that we're a little bit into the session. And said crude is still a short up here trend, still a long down here. So I am open to trading those. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not trying to be in the ES and the Dow. At the same time, I found when they both hurt you, they hurt you. When they both help you, they help you. So I don't need to. I'd rather be in more contracts of the Dow than mix it up, mix those contracts up and have to manage both the Dow and the ES. It's pretty strong lows there. Nice little swing lows. Will they act as true support? That will be the question. It doesn't really matter, right? The outcome will be the outcome. The outcome will be the outcome. It's just been so much liquidity to the downside on the Bookmap all day. all day. It's just been down here, just flooded all day. What is this up here? 72? 672, nothing above. Not great. 672. That 672 is right the EMA. Right. That's where that stuff is on the book map. Oh, that just got pulled. Oh, it's back. What's worse, sitting through drawdown or sitting through profit? Like when it's like right in the middle and you're in green and you're like, I feel like they're the same emotional turmoil. It's always like, go back up, go a little bit more, hit my target. And this is like, go back up. I don't like this heat. So we're 80 points. What is that number? That is 578 minus 496. 82 more points. So I'd be down 190 when we got to that next ad. Wouldn't give us a ton of room, but we still would be $60 away from a max loss on the day, which, once again, if I wouldn't have taken off that contract for a loss, I would not have the ability to go down there and do that. So by taking that $42 loss on that first entry, I now keep myself in the game to get all the way down to trend. And the fact of the matter is, if it flushes below that EMA, the trend line, today wasn't the day. Take my loss and move on. Just letting the Discord know how it's going here. Just letting the Discord know. I have to go get something to drink here in a second. This is a long trade. I guess it's better or maybe more entertaining for you guys to see me in a long trade as opposed to sitting and waiting for a trade and not seeing anything. But this is essentially my break even on the day. If we got up to there. And there was no more ads, but there would be more ads before I got there. But that's my break even for today. Just to get back to zero. Pretty much I need VWAP. If we get back to VWAP, I'll pretty much be, down $7, $8? But kind of like we did here, right? If we sow some strength up through here, probably be another ad at the -1s again. But just definitely need to see some green here. Definitely want to see this candle close green. But Brad, that's adding to a loser. Sure is. 600s. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I think the question becomes, do I want water or more coffee? I feel like more coffee is definitely the move. Keep acting as support. Come on. I want this to keep acting as support, please. Oh, 4 people now. They're seeing the demise. They're seeing it. Hi, good morning. For those 2 that just jumped in, good morning. Just sitting through some drawdown. Down $42 on the day. Plus the drawdown. Currently down 103 on the day. Can y'all see that or no? There you go. Yeah, I mean, the Bookmap at least, like I said, never for entries, never using it for entries. The orders do get pulled a lot, but I think that also showed me that you can only take them with a grain of salt. They definitely act more as magnets over the time that I've been watching. So I've been using Bookmap now for, I want to say 2 years. And I have a relationship with them, so I didn't have to pay for it when I first got it, full disclosure. But I found that it used to bog me down because I used to be so dedicated to it, where now with it in the peripheral, it definitely keeps me in trades longer. And when we have days like this where we have nothing to the upside and a bunch to the downside, it's crappy because right now I'm long, but like no, seeing this, like we're coming down to 600 again. There's nothing up here that is going to push price upwards, right? There's nothing. The buyers are down here. The buyers are saying if you want orders filled, you have to come down here. So that's what it's going to do. That's kind of how I use it. And there's been times where, like, say I'm short and we come down into here, I'm probably going to hold a little bit longer down into this liquidity here. And if it gets pulled, then I could just take the order off, right? Like how that just shifted. So yeah, this is very dynamic as well, which is another reason why when I'm here, I kind of only look at what you guys can see there. I only care about the last couple seconds. And yeah, I mean, I like it, but it could also, I could see how it could add some stress. Like when this goes deep red, you're like, but just like anything, just like an EMA, just like a order profile, like how many times you're like, okay, it's here. It should slide through this volume profile. And then it chops in this volume profile and fills it right out. Like, yeah, that's going to happen. But yeah, it's more just something that's always been there for me. I used to use it when I was trading options. So like, okay, let's just see what just popped up here. Let's use this as an opportunity. So this just got pulled, which makes me believe that we can go up through here. So it's just like anything, you kind of just get an idea of what it's going to do. Now, just because it got pulled, does that mean it's going to go all the way up to here? No. But that's an opportunity where we start to see continuation through certain levels versus support and resistance. It's just kind of, you gotta just watch it over time. And then different market conditions also change that. But the good news is, so like, here's another thing that doesn't freak me out. We're coming down pretty hard, but they just pulled all those orders, right? So now we can get a situation where they just pulled all of those big orders that were back here, right? Which is what pushed it down. But now we can say, okay, they started to pull some of those. They moved some down to 560, but then they added some up here. So it allows me also to see that like a big move, like an ultra flush isn't necessarily coming. So like it keeps my head more in the game maybe too. So that's kind of why it's there. I think the question really becomes, would I pay for it again now that I'm doing mean reversion and things like that? I probably would. Like that's my level 2. But I'm also using Bookmap outside day trading, like I said, for options and things like that. So I probably would still pay for it now. It is kind of like an investment in oneself. The first thing I'm buying is this. Like this, I am so glad that I started journaling. So glad. So glad. So this, I think a good trade journal first, and then going on to Bookmap is probably be like my journey of buying certain things. I think TradeZella has got to be first. Like this has taught me more about my trading than anything, if that makes sense. There's a link for that too. Give yourself a little discount if you're not journaling. That's not a sales pitch to the 5 people in here. I'm not making millions off of that. I'm just telling you what helps, and that has helped me a lot. Some people don't need to journal, I guess. I don't know. It's also a good reminder, like to go back and say, "Oh, hey, why do you have your limit set? Oh, because this day you said you were going to be out at 250, and this day you said you were going to be out at 250, and then you traded like an asshole. And if you would have had if I would have had my auto loss set up then, there's $200 there. There's another $200 there. This whole account now is plus 200 as opposed to minus 200. That's a big deal. So like even just having that is worth the money now for TradeZilla to push me into getting myself in a situation where I set up my max loss inside my accounts. Like that's worth the money, right? If I would have done that, it would have saved me $200. So now if that happens again, where I potentially would have had a $475 loss day, TradeZilla just saved me that money. But this is shitty. This is shitty. With this, I just wish crude would really go for it so I can enter. So I can hedge it that way. Looks like we're about to be in again here.
Order filled.
Yep. Okay, now we're in for 2. Not in a position yet where I need to watch max loss on the day. But as I mentioned earlier, for anybody that wasn't here, if we had entered and started at the 2s and not the 1s, and I was down 140, I'm closing the trade. Right? And I'm going to wait to re-enter when it gets back inside the bands. The fact that we're still inside the bands is really the only reason why I'm still in this trade down $140 total. Down 93 on this trade. And then there'll be an enter. And then we'll manage and see what happens down here. But I don't see myself in a position where I'm going to get down to 400s today in this current trade. Unless we can get back up to here and I can start to maybe take one off and do the same graceful exit that I did here. Time will tell. I'm not predicting anything. Those are just the scenarios that I need to walk through my mind. I am fully and emotionally prepared for this to go against me and take a loss on the day. That's totally okay. especially knowing that I'm not going to lose more than $250 today. It's not going to happen. It can't happen. I have my losses set. That is an amazing peace of mind. Go down. Go down. Go down. That's the same measure move that we got before, so I just want to see. Just as a reference, this here
Order submitted.
is break even there on this trade here. I'm just keeping that there as a reference. I just kind of want to know where I'm in position in my first order. Doesn't mean it needs to get to there. Actually, I'm looking here at that same exit that I had before as a possible graceful exit, we'll say. High hopes. Once again, every push just getting sold off. But now the Bookmap looks a lot better than it did a little while ago. Right now, all the volume's up high. Got a little bit down here that just came on. So now we're just going to have a battle. Do we want to go to 630 or do we want to go to 540? And that's just a waiting game. And the closer it gets, the more conviction there'll be to go that way. But right now, 50-50 shot. 50-50 shot. 630, 540. What do you think? Do we see 630 first, which is here, or do we see 540 first? Here's 540. I like where your head's at. 630. Let's go. Are you along with me? Let's go. Please and thank you with a cherry on top. Please and thank you. Just a bunch of guys trying to find the bottom. Bunch of guys trying to find the bottom. What's your average entry price? Just a melt. Looks like 540 was next. 540 was next. You remember that one time this trade was up $30? 610. Oh, so you're in a better spot than me. Good for you. Rooting for both of us. You pretty much you need my entry price and you'll be nice. Melty. How about just like no more lows? How about this? How about this stays as the low on the day? Is that gonna happen? I can see the internet now. Internet guru. Watch him below a day. Can't trade mean reversion. Can't trade micros. Man, if I was trading minis, I would just be put out of my misery an hour ago. It's kind of nice, so I don't have to go mow the lawn. Maybe the president will, tweet that the war's over. And it just shoots up to the +2s. You're right last time you said I was going to push. I hope you're right again. Oh, is it? I don't have that indicator. Single bar? Or is it a double bar? That indicator gets it done. Most of the time. When it doesn't, it doesn't. Was it a single bar, though? Oh, it's on this bar. You just said it just came on. On the new candle, or it just came off? Because we just started a new candle, and wow, the last 5 minutes of this candle sucks. So if it came on this candle, right, then we have to wait. Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I will log into this quickly. How's he doing today? Oh, last candle. Okay, dope. So let's go. Hopefully the indicator gets it done. I say, how's he doing today? I've never seen a dude take a red day. Just always the perfect hedge. And just an insane amount of capital to work with. Could just take sick amounts of drawdown. He's earned that, I guess. Ooh, 8 people here about to see the massive push from the Dow. Yeah, that Nazi. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do I'm just not, I'm not good enough. I'm not profitable enough. I figure if I can go, 6 months and like I'm not even trading this style. I lost 242 last month. I'm up $36 this month, not including today. Like, I need to have a profitable month before I can even look at the NAS. Even though the FOMO is real, like I want to trade it. I want to be one of those like influencer people that can handle it. I'm just old, and I know that I can't do that. Can't do it. I'm going to type here so people know I have to go use the restroom quick. If anybody comments, where's this guy? Say, I'll be back in 2 minutes. same old shit. Same old. I need a more comfortable chair. If I'm going to stream this summer, I need a more comfortable chair. Wowie. Still melting, huh? What's crew doing? We do not need to see this crude break up here. That would not be good for business. Gold, what are you doing? Barcoding ES today. Oh, who's selling off today? Cat Tractor? Cat's up 3% today. What the F is going on? What are you doing to me, Dow? How is Cat up? Sax, what are we doing? Even. What's driving the Dow down today? Who's down? Who is down? That's not good either, because if Cat's up 3% today and starts to pull back, yikes. Oh, is that it? Who did they piss off? Oh, they're bound. They bounced. Still down 2.25, but they bounced. Wonder who they pissed off. $59 ago, United Health price target raised from $4.29 from $3.79. That should be good. Today they pissed me off. Amen, brother. Amen. Did they have earned it? What the fuck? The short float is pretty high on them right now. Yeah. With S&P, even the Nasdaq, everyone's up. The Dow's only red. So that's what we were saying earlier. Is the Dow leading the way, or does the Dow need to catch up with everybody else? Like usually when you see everything green, but I don't know, gold being down, it's a weird market. Lots of different tides today for sure. But we didn't see a new low, which is nice, at least for the time being. United Healthcare. I'll tell you this, I'm one of those weirdos that passes out when they give blood. Didn't fail me again today. I even tell the lady every time, I'm like, listen, I know I'm a grown-ass 44-year-old man, but as soon as I know that I'm giving blood, I'm going down. She's like, oh, stop. I'm like, I'm going down. Today she was like, all right, we're done. I was like, wake up. There was like fanning me. They have a cup of water. I like sweat through my shirt every time. Since I was, I mean, I've probably been giving blood since I was a kid, right? It's crazy. Apparently, like that's some sort of thing. Your body just automatically just goes into lockdown when you give blood. A 10-second procedure that I don't even need to watch. I just know I'm out. Well, that was this morning for me. Tomorrow I'm having a CT angiogram. My heart's been being weird. Cardiologist not happy with me, so we'll see how that goes. Contrast dye, IV line. I'm not going to make it. Today's going to be my last day ever. That one's at like 11 tomorrow. So if I stream in the morning, I got to get out of here. I'm going to be worried about the markets and worried about going and passing out trying to get a CT scan. I mean, this is the most promising shit we've seen on the Dow all day. But I still don't like all of this. 530? Don't love that at all. Like, we don't need any of that in our life right now. But it's right at these swing lows here. I mean, those swing lows are mattering. Maybe we'll just sit here till 4 o'clock and just be down $80 the whole day and have to close. Oh, God, I hate that liquidity down there. I hate you. It's not necessarily sell-off, but it's definitely a movement. It's the biggest candle of the day, pretty much. Like, this is, yeah, the first candle of the day was the only bigger one. Still a move. Not like these. That's a move. That's a sell-off. This is a move. This is a sell-off. This is just garbage. This is confusion. So we got a little bit of everything in the markets today. A little bit of everything. A little bit of what do we want to do? We want to see these wicks get run. That's what we want. And this, we want to just blast up to yesterday's highs. We want this move to stop. We definitely want this sell-off to stop. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. They pulled those orders on the Bookmap. Oh, the Bookmap look. Did the stay in your lane look ugly? Yeah. But who was here before when I said, man, we should take, I would love to take these -2s, but I can't be short the Dow and short the ES and long the Dow. Yeah, look at this. That's a great one. The ES would have got it done today. Look at this look at this +1 to -1. Oh, you ES. Another one. This was early this morning. Since market open. Yikes. Should we go long? -2s? What is that? 727. Oh man, low a day? Low a day long? I don't think we, oh my gosh. Yeah, it sucks today. Especially when you see the ES just getting it done. Stop doing that, gold. Oh gosh, we do not want to see -2s on gold. -2s on crude. A little bit of hedge. Down 123. Go for it. Oh, I kind of want to. I know that will end the day quickly, though, if it goes against me. See, that's the difference between like staying your trading off of this versus the range trader. Like, yeah, it would be great to go short here, but like, I'm more like this or this, you know, and I can't hold from the -2s up here. this is still a great sell for me.
Order submitted.
If I'm still around, like that's good. That's a good one. But to get up to there, we're probably fucked on the
Order
down.
canceled.
Let's be honest. I think well, I guess what do we? Rod said we have to stop saying I think. It would be nice if we don't make a new low in this candle. I think that's good for business, right? That's good. That's good for business. 12 people. That's a PR. Nobody leave. Let me enjoy this. 12 concurrent viewers. Say hello. Say hello. Make this draw down less shitty. 12. Let's go. For those of you who've been here for an hour, you've just witnessed greatness on the Brad Finn Futures live stream. We don't have winning trades, but we got 12 people, which is an all-time high. Now, maybe we can turn that 12 concurrent viewers into a winning trade, and then we'll just be good. We can't have this day be blacked out giving blood in front of an old lady trying to take my blood as a grown-ass man and a losing trade. Like, no. This day will not have that. This day will not have that. What do you want to do now? You don't want to go down to Lowe's. As I say that, the -2 trade works out perfectly. Nice little bounce from the ES. Oh, suck it down. Don't do it to me now. Don't do it to me. It might sound crazy, but I I kind of do want to see an order filled here. There's a part of me that really wants to get down there and see what the F we're going to do today. Because at this point, we need a lot of recovery, so I want inventory on. I mean, that would probably drop my price right there with you, Dan, right around 610 if we get filled again. Right. 563, pull down to 500. Yeah, that ES candle is not dope at all. Don't love that at all. Yeah, I mean that T line, T line's got to be a long, in my opinion. It's got to be a long. So that's the only reason I'm still in the trade, because I still like that. But yeah, no, this Dow is tough today. It's tough. And we keep saying it, like it's not good for us. It's not good for longs. This is not good for longs. It's the current life right there. Not solid green ass, that's for sure. On a red ass today. I mean, any red makes me hate the Dow. If we're being honest. If we're being for real. If we're being 100. Come on. Come on down. Come on down. Someone said, wife said, how's your trading going? How does that look to you? I know in trading, Rod has like the golden unicorn or the Bigfoot. Here's the Bigfoot for me in life. Today, I'm off from work. Wife has work. Kids have school. Today and tomorrow. Today was a snow day we didn't use. My wife used hers. And then tomorrow is a holiday, a religious holiday. And both my wife and my kids' schools don't celebrate that holiday, where the school I teach at does. So happy holidays to anybody celebrating tomorrow. So at the end of the day, even if I lose $250, life is good. Take it from a guy that's going in for a heart procedure tomorrow. Like, we're good. We're good. We controlled risk. We're good. Sun is shining. Grass is growing. Kids are growing. $250 is not going to dampen this day today. And really, once I got there, like, yeah, that's what it's all about. Just being happy. It's so much easier knowing you're not breaking rules. Canada. Toronto. Yeah, it's one of the Muslim holidays tomorrow. I would be ignorant. And I'm pretty sure it's one of the Eids. What's tomorrow? 5/27? Yeah. The Festival of Sacrifice, one of the two most important festivals in the Islamic calendar. So that's why I'm off tomorrow. I have a very, very big Muslim population in my school. Actually, my school is a very big melting pot, which is a great thing because I get to learn about all different types of people and cultures and religions and all that type of stuff. And it gets me a lot of days off. But there's pros and cons of that too, because I have to have so many days off. My school calendar is longer than most because of these like random sprinkled days here and there. So like I start earlier than my wife. Every year I go back like the third week in August and she gets an extra week. And I'm always like, I got to go back to work. And she's like, remember that random day? Remember that random day you had off? Diversity sucks. All right. Yeah, I guess some might say. It sucks when I have to go back to work early, but where I live and where I grew up, no diversity. Where my kids go to school, no diversity. They get the standard holidays off, or the traditional ones, I guess we'd say. Oh gosh, Dow, come on, man. Remember when we were like, it'd be dope if we don't make new lows on this candle. Wrong. All right. Who's going in a T line? Oh, gross. Oh, gross. This is almost a sell off. It was a move before. It's almost a sell off now. Yep. We're going. Let's go. Let's go. By the time it gets there, it's going to be a -2 as well. Confluence. I hate this chart being long. What is this down here? 494. Yeah, it's -2s. That liquidity down below gets filled. Yep. Yep. One, we are going. We are going. Oh, gosh. Is Rod still trading? What's it? It's 11:30 Eastern. It's got to be done. I should have hopped in there and been like, hey, when you're done watching Rod, come watch me bomb this account. That's what I should have done. Sniped people off, poached people off of his live stream at the end. Down 160. 160 on the day, 110 on this current position. Kerpas. New candle opening up. Go down. This candle. Let's get a barcode candle here. Go all the way back up to the -1s. I'm lying a little bit. I do honestly want to get filled here. Like, crude's not doing anything. Crude's just slowly climbing. Yeah. Nazi right at 30,000, huh? Right at 30,000. Yeah, see, like, since the open, we've had like this here. Here it is again. Like, that's really all we're getting. I'm just more looking at like graceful exits. Like, if we're going to continue to melt down, like we go below, like it's looking like now. It's so hard to tell. If we get in for 3 is what I'm saying. Like, we get in for 3, I'm taking a graceful exit. What will probably be the trend on that third contract, and then hold the other 2. That break even would be down here at 624 most likely. So I still got about $100 worth of play. So I got 100 more points I can lose to the downside before I'd hit max loss on the day. 463, which is like, what are we at right now? 530, so 430, down around here, which is right. It's brutal because it's right there at the lows from Friday. Right there. Like, how's this barcode and this just sells off? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I said this is still short for me if I'm not going to be alive then, but yeah. Go Rod. But I'm curious, is Rod also long the stock indices? Because like I said, he is just really, really good at hedging at the right times. Granted, great trader all around, but his ability to hedge counterpart markets, to me, counterpart's probably the wrong word, but like things that move indirectly, that's really the most impressive thing that I've seen after watching him for a couple months now. And not just willy-nilly. Like if he's short crude right now, there's something that is making him believe that. And he'll say, yeah, orders on the lines and stuff, but he's also seeing some other stuff. We got value area high here. We have a high from Friday. Yeah, so he's long the down. He's hedging it short crude, and that's really how he gets out. But like he's also, he can sit through $600 of drawdown, probably $600 of drawdown. I mean, that's the Dow coming to where, it's $600 of drawdown down here. Yeah, so he probably played value area high, Friday's high, and a -2. Like that's 3 points of confluence that if I wasn't in a trade that's down $158, that's a trade I'm taking as well. But like this below EMA at 1.5, that would have to be down here for me too. ES has been playing line to line, but I'd like to see this green candle from them. But even with all of that stuff, dude, everything's going in the right direction except the Dow right now, which is fine. We will stream until we figure out what's going on with this trade. We will do it. We will do it. Oh, my 58 views. How many thumbs up on those 58 views? We got 5. And I just had 6. 8. Yeah. Boom. I'll go back to the old live streams. I'll say I don't know what the record is for thumbs up on a live stream, but it's got to be close to 8 to 10. Oh my gosh. Can we? I hate this. What is this? 483. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh, we getting 3 lot? T-line coming in. That's when things are going to get ugly. You guys might get to see the power of automatic liquidation. Automatic liquidation. All right, let's go. Were you in any others? Was that your first entry or did that add contracts? Yeah, look at that. The ES. Come on, ES. ES triple bottom. All right. Good. So we're in the same spot here. Who the hell's fading us? Somebody's winning off our asses. Stop doing that. Stop fading our moves. More of the same. Candle pushes up into the green. Gives us this 20-point measured move. And then goes down. We want one of these guys. Let's get one of these. Let's go up here. At least make us feel good about ourselves. How's Rod Short going? Good. Rod Short's looking good. Do we take them? Do we take that measured move up to the EMA and that swing high? And then just hold one? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We'll see what happens when we get up around the swing high. I'm just watching crude. As long as crude continues to sell off here a little bit, I kind of want to see what crude does when it gets to POC. The 30-minute chart is now in crude, guys. If you didn't notice, I just moved that. Only out of curiosity. Right, like a bounce off of session high and POC would just be not great for business. And holy shit, look at that liquidity on the Bookmap. Sitting here in my office, I wonder how sunny it is outside. I'll tell you where the sun is not shining. It is not shining on the Dow today. Four hours of red candles. 4 hours. I've said it once this stream. I'll say it again. Remember when we were up $30 and we had to go for it? No, we didn't. We had to. This is just gross. There's nothing you can do here. These are days you're just gonna take else. Took one. We're down $42 realized. Down $42 realized. Gotta make back 143 to get back to even on the day. I've started to accept the fact that that's gonna be tough. We're gonna really need things to have to go in our favor to get back to green on the day. Now it's just managing risk and seeing how much loss we might take today. So here's POC on crude. What are you gonna do, crude? What are you going to do with that POC that's not really that established? Volume profile is very, very weird on that too. Bounce off POC for crude. Hey, Mike. Good morning, bud. How are you? Did you run today? I am tapering. Probably get on the bike today. Not running today. Which is shitty because it's been raining for 5 days straight. I'd like to get out, but 50 miler this weekend is going to push me. It's going to be a rough 50 miler. Catch up quick here, Mike. Sitting through a bunch of drawdown. Got a nice scalp earlier in the day here for 18. Entered again at the -1s, which we know is always a bummer. Miss out on $30 profit, trying to hold out for VWAP. And then second ad here. Graceful exit here. Another ad here. That's kind of where we're at. Oof. 1/12. Yikes. Hot there in Texas. It's staying at least somewhat cool. I'm sure you got to get out in the morning there in Texas and get it done, right? Before it gets too hot. Crude's still dumping. What we say before? That's not a sell-off. It's a move. Crude's still moving to the downside. So that's, once again, Rod is hedging his long Dow with this awesome move here. So he's definitely green, which is awesome. Well, we're just still watching this thing just completely melt to the downside the whole day for the last 5 hours. ES making new lows. Oh, yeah, that humidity is what sucks. We haven't got to the humidity phase here yet. Only like when it's raining, but we saw the 80s twice, but I don't think it got above 50% humidity. The ocean's still keeping things kind of cool as far as the humidity is concerned, but 77's high. I'm sure you're used to 77. That's probably still cool at this point. But yeah, that humidity sucks. We saw this candle green. Nope. This candle green. Nope. This candle green. Nope. So 90. They're all just like 200-point candles. I don't want to do another 200-point candle. Actually, we're not doing another 200-point candle because I got another $80 in drawdown left. $80 in drawdown left. Gold still green candle. ES not so much. Nazi selling off too. Well, Nazi was at 30,000 a little while ago. I still want that fill. I still do. Still want that fill. Yeah, I feel like that's the trend, Mike. There's a bunch of us sitting in drawdown on the Dow today. Just trying to be patient. It's definitely, that chart is not ideal if you're trying to long the Dow, trying to find the bottom. Red days happen. And it's not red until we are out of the trade. I will go through and like timestamp this afterwards so that people watching it later can see the ads and the exits and things like that. But look at crude. Man, Dow's, Rod's a genius. But we're not getting any help off this move. Down almost $1 and still bleeding. I guess that's what gave gold a little bit of red, a little bit of green, but even gold gave back that little bit of green. It has the movement has kind of slowed a little. It's the buyers. They're just loading up. They're calling all their friends. Hey guys, I don't know if you've seen this Dow chart. It looks like prices are good right now. Coming into 233 EMA. Maybe we should just start buying the shit out of the Dow. That's the conversations in the background. That's what they're saying. And they're like, yeah? Oh, we got to buy up the Dow? Oh, sick. All right, let's do that. Let's buy up the Dow quick. Tesla's trading at 430 though. That stock is just bananas. Nvidia selling off like it should. Amazon. I'm going to sell puts on Amazon right now. Sell some puts on Amazon. Trade options. Let's go the 27th. Sell some puts. How much do we want to make on Amazon right now? What do we got to hedge? $250 red day. All right. 1 second. All right. We just made $110 back selling puts on Amazon. That's good. Yeah. That would be a rocket ship off T-line would be sick. Yep. Good. Amazon just got filled. I got to put that in the Discord. Let's get that into the Discord and let them know we playing with some Amazon puts. put this in. We'll put this in the Discord as hedging against Dow losses. I just bought a new watch too, so lots of losses this week. Lots of losses this week. Then I can wear fancy watches on stream. No, I don't do that. Just got my Garmin on stream. Kind of got off of Omegas. I feel like they are just shooting themselves in the foot every single day. Every release of another Speedmaster, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. But Tudor just redid the Royal, so I wanted that. Get some buy history with the AD. I got a Tudor Royale, 39 millimeters, I think. That's what I got. Green dial. I'm just such a sucker for green dials that like when I see one, I need to get it. That's what I got. I'm just a sucker for a green dial. Date. Like I just needed that. Wanted that. They made this is the 40 mil. They make a 36 mil, but it didn't have the 36 mil didn't have the day, the date, and I like the Roman numerals. Let me see. Wait, where's that one? There's that one. This one. This is the 36, which the 36 mil kind of fits me better, but I really, really like the Roman numerals. I really like them. This is the other one I just got. As I talk shit about Omega, I just got a green dial Omega Speedmaster too. Where's that one? Okay. Where are you at, green dial? This is like my bury me in this one right now. But they just like this is a Cheesecake Factory menu. How many freaking Speedmasters do they got right now? Like so 109 Speedmasters. Come on. Get my face. Get my face with that. Get out of my face with that. Well, my wife says I'm allowed to have three watches. I told her if they're not 10 grand, they're not really a watch. So the Royal isn't really a watch. That's more of like a need something to wear. Especially too walking around New York. Like I can't walk around New York with the Rolexes and stuff like that. I'll get robbed. There's a part of me that kind of wants to buy a couple fake Rolexes just so I can like walk around with them, you know, but like seriously, I'll get robbed. I ain't trying to shoot anybody today. 2 minutes to go. Are we going to get a green candle here? Are we going to get a green close? Is this where things change? Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah. Yep. That would not have been ideal. That would not have been ideal. Let's come back in. Is Rod still printing? Yeah, he's doing good. Well, looks good. Nothing there. The gold's still just doing what it does. I mean, yeah, Mike, it's the same as day trading. Don't do what I do. Don't buy watches. It's an addiction, but like if you do your research and you do it right, they hold value very, very well. They really do. Like my Hulk, it's even with the Kermit and and the Starbucks, like my Hulk has, it's worth more, which because that one's holding its value the most, I don't really wear it. Like I keep that box and papers. Like that's like the watch I want to give my son. Like the Royal, it's not gonna, it'll hold value, but it's never gonna be like, oh my God, I made so much money off of that one. And then the Speedmaster is just like, I wanted something a little bit more fancy. The other reason the other reason I went with the Tudor Royal, I hate Tudor's dial. I hate their hour dial. Like I hate with a passion. Show me their real dial. Like on the back bay. Hold on, let's do it. Darling watches. Like this is dope. I'm for this, but I hate this hour hand. This weird square. I hate it. I hate it so much. So like when I saw like this, like everyone loves these, which they just look like Submariners, but I hate this hour hand. So when I saw the Royal, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't need, where's the Royal? Look how many back plays I have. When I saw the Royal that didn't have that weird hour hand, I'm like, okay, we can do that. We can do that. Go now. Yo, graceful exit? Nah. But your Enduro 3, you'll use that watch. But then when you start looking at the price of your Garmin, it justifies the price of like a real watch. But I like know a lot of people that just wear their Garmins as like their full watch. But yeah, like what was that watch probably $1,000, right? And loses value every single day. So to spend 35 and have it maybe go down to 3,000 over time and then be able to get rid of it for 3. That was just the way we justify things to ourselves. I kind of want a graceful exit here, guys. But that's not going to help me that much. So what are the 2 that I'm in? I'm in here. So that'd be my next loss. 75. No, that's no. No. No graceful exits just yet. Here, good chance we could take one off and just make this not as messy as it's been, but do you like when it's off, right? So was it on for 2 bars then? I thought it was off. Or it came on the bar before. Ah, 3 bars. Cube, yeah, I'm kind of with you. I mean, especially sitting through this drawdown, like we have to be able to sit through profit as well. Like I really don't want to take one off until we get back to VWAP. We're also getting to that point in the day where like I haven't done anything as far as being a husband and a father. We get to like 1 o'clock. I'm gonna have to get off stream and like go like do the dishes and clean up the house a little bit. Nothing like telling the wife she gets home from work, picks up the kids, and she gets home. There's like dishes in the sink, and I'm like, oh, I sat on the computer all morning and lost money. That's not great. It's not good for business. That is not happy wife, happy life. She doesn't expect me to clean up. She would never say anything, but you know. The lawn not being cut, she'll get over that. ES recovering, gold still just doji life for these 5 minutes. crude. Hopefully we'll get a bounce off pot, continue to the downside, and sweep all these. Yeah, what is the range? It's at 633, but like it's so hard, this ATR with yesterday. I don't know how much yesterday really threw it off, because actually there was a fair amount of range yesterday, 450, but especially compared, like, yeah, we've been having about 500, 6. We haven't had a day with this much range since last week, but we had this was a 5 and 8. Yeah, ATR looks about right. It is super overextended though. What I don't want to see though, and the reason I was considering the graceful exit, is I don't have enough drawdown to get down to this low right here from Friday, right here. And I kind of want to be able to have a long there with the short day yesterday. So that was the only reason I was really considering a graceful exit there, just to give myself room to get down to here, like the 400s. But, and as we mentioned before, like, this stuff doesn't lie, right? There's that one. There's that one. That one was a little short. So, we start looking at where these could possibly go and what the market's actually given us. A little bit bigger. So, I don't know. Those are just things we can look at in hindsight, obviously. But I really do. I hate this still, though. Just been nothing to the upside. Like, come on. We don't want to see 473. It is crazy how the Bookmap aligns perfectly with the deviation bands, though. I think that was another thing that Bookmap showed me, was that, there's definitely algos, or there's definitely like things out there that are like looking or set to deviations, whatever that math may be. Yeah, I don't even have room to get down to here on my DRB. $50 more. Yeah, I almost have to go in here because I got $50 worth of drawdown. That would give me what, $20? Yeah, it sure is. It sure is there, Outlaw. It's still searching for the bottom. Yeah, like I think I need to move this back up the T line just because I don't have the drawdown. If I get filled here, I'm gonna have like 10 more points, so I can get filled here and go to here. That's not gonna help me. I kind of got to find out what we're gonna do. I need the shitter get off the pot here. It's still fine. It's bottom. Regardless, like, if I get filled here and it doesn't work out, you got to close the computer and walk away. You can't watch to see like if you got bottom tick stopped. That will just crush your soul. You can't do that. Yeah, it's super shitty to watch the thing melt all day. I'm not having any fun. I'm not having any fun at all. I just keep trying to remind myself, when I pick my daughter up at the bus, she doesn't care how much I made or lost. She just cares that I'm there. So I got to be present and happy for her, regardless of how I trade. Regardless of what the markets do. That's the hard thing about being a parent and doing dumb shit like this. Which is why we have max losses on the day. I've lost $250 before. Sun still went down. Sun still came up the next day. It was all right. Then you go on a run. I mean, I haven't had a red day, and I've had one red day the last 2 weeks. Where do I want to go green every single day for the rest of my life? No. And this day isn't over. We ain't closed yet. We ain't dead yet. We ain't dead yet. Just nothing looks good. Here it goes. Here it comes. Are we going to get filled? Dog's barking. Come on, T-line. Come on, T-line. Crazy. It's on value area, so you probably can't see, but like there's huge volume nodes here and here. Like how POC is still up here, blowing me away. This must have been a huge sell-off. With the line there, I can't see how far it came out, but like we got this one, this one, this one. We got a bunch of huge volume nodes. Is it, yeah, no, this is kind of a sell-off. Yes. It's no longer a move. It is now a sell-off. It is not this sell-off, but yeah, maybe we'll call this a move now, especially when it's pretty much moved the entire range and went from high a day to low a day. All right, let's call that a move. Let's call that a move. Lock it in. Speaking of moves, we're going to see this today. 472. Which is right here. When we see our perfect -2 bounce, go line to line. Oh, you got bigger stones than me. I can't look at Bitcoin. Fun fact about Bitcoin, though. On my main channel, this one. This one? Yeah. Years ago, when Coinbase first opened, they gave me a sponsored video on my main channel, and they paid me in 1 Bitcoin. I think at the time it was worth like $6,500. Yeah, 6,500. Somewhere between 65 and 7,000. That's what they paid me. They're like, we don't have money to pay you, but we'll pay you in 1 Bitcoin. And I held. That was. I joke with my friends. That's been my biggest paying sponsored video ever on the main channel. We've had some good ones, and I remember saying to my wife, like, I mean, I could just sell it off today, but the video is like a 10-minute video. I was like, I could sell it off today and put $7,000 in my pocket, or do we hold till 10? She's like, yeah, let's hold till 10. And then it was 25. I was like, then it was 50. I was like, all right, that's on. I think when it hit 50, we were going to take it off. But we have jobs and things like that. So like, we didn't need the money. I was like, let's fuck around. She's like, sell off half of it. I'm like, I don't want half of a Bitcoin. I want 1 Bitcoin. I don't want 0.5. I'm either taking it off or riding. And this was right when everyone's like, it's going to be 300K. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. It's going to be this. But I think when I sold it at 100 and what was the high of Bitcoin? 117 or something like that. But we sold it off. I got 2 brothers and had a pretty nice dinner. Took everyone to dinner that night when we sold that Coinbase sponsored video Bitcoin. And then I don't think I have it anymore. I had like all my cold storage, hard wallet. And I had a Ledger wallet and I had a Coinbase account. I had a bunch of things because I printed on Luna. I shorted Luna back in the day. Did really, really good with crypto. That's kind of why I can't look at Bitcoin anymore. I've already, between the short on Luna to 0 and the Bitcoin to 100K off a sponsored video, I feel like I'm just destined. I should just never touch crypto ever again. So I closed my Coinbase account. No, never happening again. Are you going to film me? Like, what are we doing? We're just sitting here? Oh, well, I didn't mean it. Oh my gosh. What are you doing, Crude? What are you doing, Gold? Like, do I want to go -2s on the ES before I go T-line? The answer to that question is no. What time did we get in this bad boy? 9:42. What a morning. People are going to see this later on the channel and they're going to be like, wow, 3-hour live stream? That must have been dope. Hope you like jokes. I got many of them. 3-hour live stream ending in complete debauchery. Oh, look at this liquidity though. Let's see if this gets pulled. Don't pull that. Don't pull that. Don't stay there. Stay there. Nope. Nope. That's what happens. You're like, hey, you going to support? No, not going to support. Not going to do it. And then there's a part of me that's like, all right, emotional capital score. Like, do I just take the 150L and not a 250L and just go live my life? You know, put 2 stops here and then just go kick it. I think that's what I'm going to do. If we get to like, I'll probably sit through the rest of this candle. And then whatever we're at the end of this candle, I'll probably just accept that as the loss for the day. It's just not showing a ton of strength. Even though, like, this is the greatest move we've seen in hours. But is it going to be another measured move? Right? I just showed this. I'll show it again. it's hard to get excited when we did this. And then that became this. And then that became this. Like, I'm not really too pumped on this move until we push through the EMA and we start to find some legs above the EMA. If anything, the thing I'm upset about is that we didn't go down and fill me there. I mean, I'd be in a much better position. That's why I wanted to get filled. This is a BRB, gotta pee. I'll be right back. Was 12 the record for today? I think we had 12 viewers before. I think we had 12 viewers. We need 13. Oh, they come. You just saw. It's just peeing back. Those times you're like, I'm scared to leave the screen. I don't want to pee. You get back. It's the same exact spot. Do I want to gracefully exit? Cube. No graceful exit here? Come on. Graceful exit here. Get back in at the low. I said I wanted to see a nice break above. And look at this. For the first time today, we have liquidity above. For the first time. Is this the moment we've been waiting for? Or are these orders going to get pulled? Holding. I know. I'm holding with you. I'm holding. I'm holding. Especially, like I said, here's somebody asked earlier today, like, what is the Bookmap good for? Like, seeing that liquidity above is nice. It lets me know that we're not completely underwater here. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I can't see a scenario unless it really blasts through the -1s. I'm more thinking, like, looking at the 30-minute. Like, we have this gap in volume, this slip here. Like, I'm looking for a graceful exit right when we get back to this shelf here. So something that might look like this. That would be like where I'd be okay. I'm not going to put it there just in case we, for whatever reason, blast through it. But we start hopping around the -1s there. There's a good chance I'm going to take one off. I'll be way more convicted to do so if some of that liquidity above on the Bookmap starts to get pulled off. Yes, looking good though. Nice wicks here from gold. Oh man, I'm definitely rooting for your break even. But as we said before, like, after sitting through all this drawdown all day, Sometimes you don't want to settle, but sometimes it makes sense. See, once again, getting a response at that swing high. Not even making that same measured move that we made before. Come here. I don't want you here anymore. VPOC shift. A VPOC shift. We called that shift, so now we got to get above it. We got to get above that VPOC, and here it is. See, VPOC shifts, and then the orders come on. We bought right through it, but not with a ton of strength. As soon as VPOC shifted, all of these orders came on the books. I'm a picture learner. Once again, that's why I use this stuff. But with that VPOC shift, they took all the ones off up here. You know? So that kind of, now we're in this no man's land of what are we going to do? Who wants to win? Everything just came off. Books just went super flat. This is one of the nicest Renko moves we've seen all day, though. This was nice, too. But immediately pulled all the way back. What we need, or what we'd love, is maybe a little bit of a retracement, but then some continuation. There's just been no continuation. 14, that's a new high. Hello, 14 viewers. Thanks for joining us and watching us sit through what is currently 3 hours of drawdown. We're not giving up. But if you're not just viewing on your phone or you want to press the chat, say hello. Let me know where you're trading from. Let me know if you are also long the Dow, or if the Dow sucks and you'd never trade the Dow and you only scalp the NQ. Who would ever sit through 3 hours of drawdown on a micro? You, Brad, are a loser. You, Brad, are a loser. Just do something different than you've been doing. Yeah, I remember when 610 price was like in good profit. You're out. All right. Godspeed. Did you get out break even? Where'd you get? Good. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at now, too. I'm like, do I want to sit in front of the computer and try and fight back for $140 and then possibly be down $250 when it's not giving me anything? That's the situational fluency I'm trying to battle right now. You know, and now seeing orders pop back up, like, does it want to come here? Yeah, minus $20. After hours of drawdown, minus $20 it's not a bad place to be. Especially, like I said, what it's been doing. Like, how do we not say, even though we're not supposed to predict, that it's not coming back down here? That doesn't want to chop here for a bit. You know, and that would sting a little, like knowing that I could have got out for a $130 day, and then it comes down here and I enter, and then by the time it gets to the minus twos, I'm out for the day. Yeah, that would be kind of shitty. I mean, it's part of the plan. I'm prepared for that. I'll still close my computer and leave and then come back tomorrow at 9:30 and do it again. But this is one of those situations where how much emotional capital do I want to spend to try and get this $130 back? Or even just like take a graceful exit, be down $80, and then be able to re-enter again here for the rest of the day. Yeah, I really can't see a situation where if we get up to the plus ones here, I mean the minus ones, that I don't take one off. I mean, what is that? That is another $40. Yeah, so I'll be down 60 on the day at that point, 70 on the day, with one still on. Like generally, I don't mind seeing the movement, but when I have the opportunity to get out, and maybe just talking myself through, maybe I should, with all this talk, maybe I should do a graceful exit. But we'll see what happens with this candle. Like some continuation, another high on this candle, and continued green. What I don't want, and here, like I said, this is why we shouldn't be predicting. What I don't want is the stairs up and the elevator back down. That's I don't need that in my life right now. Yeah. No, Cube, I agree with you 100%. Just for me right now and just talking through stuff, and I appreciate the feedback, is I also have to take into account that I've been in this trade for 3 hours. And I got shit to do today. Like, I don't need to get back to break even for my ego, if that makes sense. Will I be more upset with myself for closing early and then watching this thing go up to VWAP? Or will I be more upset with myself for watching this thing chop for another 3 hours and then I end up taking a $200 loss? You know, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I want to see if we can really hold this EMA and if we can break through the swing high. Because like this is a higher high. Even though the swing high isn't great, this is a higher high after a lower high, lower high, lower high like this. You know, can we just... Oh, right on, Cube. That's awesome. As somebody that struggled blowing up accounts for years now, even if I'm never profitable, like if I give up before I'm like truly profitable in the strategy, this is the way to do it. This really is. I think the pinnacle of this is getting a live account or getting into bigger accounts where, like I said, like what Rod was doing, like being able to be short here while long here and being able to have contracts across multiple markets. Although there's so much more risk there, and although it can go against you faster, it's better to be able to be in a couple different markets. Like I would love to trade Bitcoin. I told you why I don't. And I would love to be able to do that. But I can't right now until I figure out this consistently. Like if I'm figuring out this consistency and I'm having like $30 to $50 days, or I see where I could have hedged, that makes it a little bit easier for me. But this is also entertainment for me. So I kind of just don't mind sitting here on the Dow. And this is kind of what I'm doing when I'm not live streaming at work. I mean, at work, I'm doing work. But like on my lunch periods and stuff, I just set stop losses and stuff, and I just go teach, and then I come back, and I go to lunch, and then I come back. But when I was trading even the NASI, when I traded micros in the NASI, it was always like my finger was always on the trigger. Like I would never just go to the bathroom or go get a drink of water. Like I never felt like I could do that. So this is kind of like that bounce between that NASI drunk monkey scalping and really boring swing trading. And then I get my fix from options too. So yeah, the green. Yeah, like I don't need it. There's nothing else I would love to put more in the title than like we dominated the Dow today after sitting through 3 hours of drawdown. Like that would be dope. But I don't need that in my life at 44 years old. I'm good. Sometimes you get in a fist fight and you win, but you still get a black eye. Yeah. Like right now being down $130 on the day when we were once down 210, sometimes that's a win. Sometimes that's a win. Like I'm watching this candle, that's it. We'll see what happens. If I'm in the trade, it's good, but I can't sit down here anymore. I got to be upstairs doing stuff. I can do the dishes while watching this thing just chop now for like this here to here is 15 minutes. But it's doing what we want it to do, which is dope. We got it like that. This we like. We want more of that. This we love. We want more of that. This we love. So everything's going good right now. All signs are pointing to we don't need to necessarily get out. Crude bounces and starts moving up above POC. Yeah. That's a situation where I'm like, okay, this might have been a tickle, a little tease, if you will. 100 views. Wow. Good for us. 100 views. But man, this candle does not know what it wants to do. Right on. Ciao. See you tomorrow. I'm going to try and open up again 9:30 tomorrow unless we're outside day up. But yeah, I'll be back in the morning. One more day off, regardless of what happens today. I hope you get back to green. Thanks for hanging out. Know if we get back to 653-ish or something before we get down to, if we get to 653 before we get to 400, know that I was green today. Yeah, life is life. Life is light and joyful if you live your life right. Yeah, I agree. I'm with that statement, Cube. I'm with that. It's still just that swing high, though. Like, I don't love this. That with the EMA, I would much rather see us break to the upside of that and then use this as like a little bit of break and retest. Like, this isn't great. Because then we have rejection, 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 rejection. But who knows? We're not predicting, right? Yeah, if we make a higher higher, I think we're in very, very good shape. Like right here, this like kind of pseudo double top. We definitely want to see it break above that. That would be good for business. We'd like that a lot. That's a good spot to be in. But still, these wicks, we want all these wicks run, please. But if we say we want these wicks are going to get run, then what do we say about these gold wicks? It is crazy how fast time goes by. When you're just sitting here staring at a screen, how fast time can go by. I want to be 45 so I can get into a new age group for my races. One more year. I just turned 44. 44 and feel like everything's falling apart. But as an ex-junkie, life is good. I'm blessed. That's the other thing. $250 with the amount of money I used to spend on drugs and alcohol is unbelievable. Not a great candle, though. Yeah, everything got sold up. Yeah, Mike. Your age group is an age group I just want to live till. I know it feels good to be the young guy in the age group. And it's true as well, because when I was 40 and 41, I did a lot better than I'm doing now. I trained harder, but. So then next year when you do that 200, you'll be the young guy and you're going to win that age group. Be that age group winner. I remember being a kid when I used to do Ironmans a lot, and people would be like, "Oh, have you qualified for Kona?" And I'm like, "No, but I'll qualify when I'm 80." Now I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna." Or Boston qualifier. "Oh, have you ever qualified for Boston?" No, when I'm 80, maybe. Even though Boston, I probably could pull that off. I just don't know if I want to run that hard. Running a marathon that hard is crappy. I don't think I want to run that hard. Are you gonna fill me down? Do I put it right on these lows? Or I let it go all the way to T-line? You know, it'd be great, like in the retail trading world, if all of those momentum traders like saw us break this double bottom, break T-line, they're like, short, we're going short. And then it just tricked everybody. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. I also keep thinking about, man, remember when I was only down $100? Or the classic, we'll say it one more time. Yo, remember when we entered and we were up $35 instantly? Oh, what a long way it's been. What a long way down it's been since. And we were on stream for this, so you can go back. And I was like, yeah, what's it going to do? Go all the way back down to the -2s? Okay, we'll re-enter. Wrong. I'm from a cycling background. Cycling is number one for me. But I've gotten minorly hit by cars. But then a couple years back, I got hit pretty hard. And just where I live is just so populated. So I ride Zwift often. Like, that's my cross train. I ride Zwift probably 2-3 times a week. But yeah, I never want to get hit by a car again. So if I'm riding outdoors, it's got to be closed course. How many times, same as riding a motorcycle, like when I crashed a crotch rocket in my mid-20s, I was like, nope, I lived. That's my one fall. I keep asking myself, like, how many times can I get run over by a car on my bike when it's not my fault? Till like before I'm like, yeah. So that's really why I got into running. I love endurance and I love moving. I had a shoulder injury, so I couldn't swim anymore, or swim anymore without discomfort. And then, yeah, just getting run over a car. I'm like, fuck that noise. So I don't run on the roads, trail runner. I like the woods. I love the mountains. I love dipping in streams. That's kind of where I'm at. And I can go really, when you run ultra, you get to just go nice and slow. Get to eat snacks. People fill up my water bottles for me. Yeah. It's a different kind of suffer. It's humility. For somebody that's borderline has an ego like I do, I like the humility of running. That's kind of what I'm into. Look at that exact mirrored move. Like, look, we got this one 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. How many times are we going to, is this another one? No, that was another one. But here's a boom, right back. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Like, what are we doing today? What are you doing, Dow? So many snacks. Nerd clusters for the win. Even though when I raced in France and everyone was like, oh, the aid stations are just charcuterie boards. And I'm like, I'm not going to want deli meats and salami and cheeses. It was the greatest thing ever. They had these like little pepperonis that they had sliced pretty thin. And it was like tasted almost like a jerky, like a little bit of spice. And from all the sugar, I was like, nah. So I was packing little bags of little sausages. And I'm just thinking to myself, like an hour later, I'm just like taking out little I'm eating like charcuterie in a race. And then I'm following up with a little bit of cheddar. It was bizarre. Aid stations over there, much different than over here. I had so much sausage that day. Sounds ridiculous. Hey, Bookmap. Don't do this. Do this. Don't do that. Do this. I'm out of here at 1 o'clock. I got to be honest with you guys. Not out of the trade, but I can't stream anymore after 1. I got to go get stuff done. I'm a complete degenerate loser right now. In more ways than one. I'm a complete degenerate loser. I'm losing in trading. I fainted on the table giving blood this morning. I need a win today. I mean, we got that Amazon sold some puts on Amazon, but man, I need a win today. And I got $70 of drawdown left. Should we do it? Should we just move it into price? Is it going to hit T-line? Oh, I'm not going to have to move it. All right, here we go. Well, now we are just all or nothing. I'm either going to get auto liquidated at $240 or we're going to gracefully exit up here. Look at this number here. My accounts, if you just got here, my accounts are set to auto liquidate at 240 and change. So I don't have to worry. I am now hands off for the day. We'll see what happens. But this is that exact scenario before when we were up here. And I was like, do we just take it for the day and be down 150 or do we be down 250? You know, those are the decisions that we got to make. But how much drawdown does $50 give me at 1.5? Like 35 points? I probably got till here. Where is that? Yeah, it would be dope to be able to get down to here, but I'm not going to be able to do that. There she goes. Not good. I will say though, this is where I've really screwed myself before, being like, oh, we're not the -2. I'm down 250, but I can get one more ad here and then one more ad here. And it keeps doing this. And then that's when I have a $400 blow up day, you know, not even tilting, just being like, I'll do it. Where like, there's a very good chance if I get auto liquidated at down here, it's going to bounce right back. I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with that. Because looking at the book map, it's I don't see how I get out of this. I don't see how. I don't see how we don't come down and grab all this. Just from looking at the book map for years. If you're long right now, it's going to be a long road. I'm not saying it can't go back up, but it's not going to be great. It's not looking great. I just wonder if the markets are going to tell you how this ends before 1 o'clock, or if you'll have to live in suspense. Look, it wants to. The buyers want to battle. These orders got to stay. The seller soaked these up. No good. Yep. Right when I say it. We've seen this a couple of times today where it wanted to do that. Where we wanted to make it happen and it just didn't and continued down. See? Goes right through, continues down. Down 220. $230. This was that stairs up, elevator down we were talking about. We needed to break those. We needed to break those highs. Yeah, I got room to like literally here. If it makes new lows, I'm out. Watch it with me. If you've never seen your brokerage auto liquidate you, if you traded props and you've ever blown up account, you know what it feels like. But if you want to see what auto liquidation looks like when you're not blowing an account, stand by. Stand by. We might get it. 470 is pretty much where I'm going to get liquidated. And if you're not going to get auto liquidated, I hope that you can stay in until those -2s, and then I hope it pumps. I hope it pumps for you guys. after I get liquidated. I clap when people win, and I want you to win. $230, $232, $237. Yeah, I could feel it in my bones that I would have held longer. Because this is one of those spots where you're like, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get.
Order filled.
Yep, I'm out. I think something just got filled. Oh yeah, my live account. So 2 of these got filled. That's weird that only 2 of them got filled. So I got liquidated in 2. So I must have had slippage earlier in the day. So now I know where the out is. It's here. Yep, right at the low. Maybe I got bottom ticked. Bottom tick on 2 of the accounts. The leader account didn't get liquidated, which is probably that's the last Lucid account I have open. That's my leader. Flirting with it. Just a type of day where it never mean reverted. You know, it's going to happen. Like I said, I hope that you guys find the bottom. And tomorrow we could talk about how well you did. I am out for the day. Cancel all my orders. Flatten everything.
Order filled.
I don't know. Oh, that's probably all the other accounts. Make sure that I have no positions open. Good to go. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Said right now the Lucid accounts up 320, 330. The Bulenox accounts up 500. And yeah, this is a day where, remember, I think when you need to understand this if you're not good at taking losing days. Yes, this could be bottom ticked and I could come back tomorrow and it comes all the way up here. But more times than that, when I've been auto liquidated, it continued to flush all the way down and I would have really got fucked. Like, manage risk. If you're at a spot, like this candle ends in 48 seconds, top of the hour, could it rip? Yeah. Could it keep going down? Yeah. I don't give a shit. I'm going to get stuff done. And because of that, I will catch you guys tomorrow morning around 9:30. I'll get to the computer. All right? Tomorrow, Green Day. Let's go.